recognised his strong arms and physique. Most likely he was a worker on one of the properties out this way. After all, there weren't too many different options for work in these small towns. He looked like a stockman or a station hand. His eyes met hers.
"Name's Angus," he said. "We're going to the funeral also. Lucky for you, because this is not the usual way to get to Billa Station, and certainly not the way you should be going. That's my Nana in the truck, and she wanted to come this way. Hammer Road isn't used much anymore, but it holds some good memories for her. It's the only reason we're out here."
She shook his hand and then waved to the lady in the truck. Turning back to him, Amy spoke quickly, her words tumbling out. "Thank you for stopping. I was so stressed when I had to stop. My dad tried to teach me how to change a tyre many times, but I didn't listen. Now I don't know what to do, and I really, really need to get to this funeral."
"It's okay. Calm down."
His slow drawl sounded the opposite of her jumbled monologue, and she tried to take his advice and settle down. These people would help her. She wouldn't die out here. She held the car manual booklet over her head like a hat. "I'm not sure what I should do. There are instructions here on how to change the tyre. My name is Amy, and I'm the new music teacher. I'm at the high school mostly, but I also teach music at the primary school when needed. Elliot Gantaro, the principal, rang me last night and said I had to be at this funeral by 10 o'clock to conduct the school choir. I don't know the person who the funeral is for, but their usual teacher, Mrs. Sanderson, has unfortunately left. Elliot is there with the band. He said not to be late." She didn't add that Elliot had not given her a choice, and after she'd declined his offer to go with him in his car, he had been quite rude and abrupt.
"Find your own way then. Make sure you go out the Hammer Road way. You're a city girl, so don't go thinking you know everything. Listen to what I say."
Angus shook his head.
"That'd be right. That fella's only been here a couple of years and thinks he knows the roads and how to get about, but he doesn't."
He walked to the back of her car and opened the boot. She watched as he located the spare tyre, his hands running around the rim of it. She followed him as he walked back to the busted tyre.
"That spare won't fit your car. The rim size is different."
"Whoops. One of my friends swapped theirs for mine just before I left for out here. I presumed the tyre would be the same." He stood up straight and turned to her.
"I tell you what. How about you jump in the truck with Nana and me? At least that way you'll get there."
Waves of heat pressed against her skin, and she wished she'd brought a water bottle with her. The gauge that showed the temperature outside her flat this morning had nudged 40 degrees, the wide sky above the small town of Matfield, cloudless and stretching endlessly across the plains that surrounded her new home. A blast of hot air rippled across where they stood, and her hair, which she had blow-dried and sprayed to stay in place, flew in every direction. It wasn't usual for her to spend so much time on her hair or makeup, but today she needed to make a good impression. Struggling to gather the loose strands with one hand, she went to answer, but a sneaky breeze picked up more dust and pushed it around her legs, lifting her dress at the back. Her spare hand quickly gripped the fabric, her attempts at holding everything in place having very little success. She gripped tight with both hands, her hair flying in every direction so that she could no longer see. So much for all her time spent preparing how she looked, and wearing her best outfit and matching white sandals. She turned around, making sure that her dress was where it should be. Using one hand to smooth her hair down and the other hand to hold her dress in place, she smiled at Angus. "Thank you. That's so good of you. Going in the truck would save the day for me. Elliot is never happy with me, and being late will really stir him up. So I need to get there as soon as I can if it's possible. That's lucky you're also going to the funeral." Angus chuckled, a deep dimple forming on the left side of his face.
"Elliot. Good old Elliot. Wouldn't want to upset him."